Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I am super excited today because I'm finally going to show you guys how I got control of my skin without any medication, just with a solid skincare routine. My skin is the best it has ever been. No word of a lie. My skin feels freaking amazing. It went from looking like this. I had bumps all over my forehead. I could not get rid of them. I didn't know what was causing them. They were there. Stuff could be squeezed out of them constantly. I also had hormonal breakouts all over my cheeks, which left scars every time because I couldn't stop picking them. My scars are pretty much gone. My skin is looking like this. And today I'm going to share with you how. So first things first, let's get into like the background. Why was my skin having such a terrible time? So I came off the pill about 2 years ago. Before I went on that particular pill, I had bad skin. I had hormonal acne on my cheeks. Not terrible, but just like your average kind of hormonal acne. But it was really getting me down because my job is to show my face, to have clear skin, to be a model, to be an actress. So it's quite important for my job for my skin to be good. So it was really affecting me mentally. So I went on Lucette, which is a pill that is supposed to help your skin, which it did. My skin was amazing when I was on that pill. But after a couple of years and after a solid 10 years of being on the pill non-stop, I decided it was time to give my body a break. So I went and I got the copper coil. Now, the copper coil is great. I've got plenty of videos about it. You can look at them down below. I'm not going to go into that today, but the one negative that I had from the copper coil was the fact that my skin went crazy. It went ballistic. I could not control it. It was sore, it was red, it was scarring every time I got a spot. My entire forehead was full of those little bumps. I've still got a few of the bumps now. My skin's not perfect, but my skin was the worst it'd ever been when I went onto the copper coil. So I was at my wit's end and I decided to go to the doctors and they put me on Zinerit, which is this. I've made an entire video about Zinerit before. I'll also link that down below and in the little eye up there. Zinerit really helped my skin, honestly. It went from being just completely unmanageable to almost completely clear, which was fantastic. And I was on Zinerit for probably about 8 months, but I decided to come off of it, and here's why. I wanted to take control of my skin. I wanted to not rely on something that is literally a prescription. I had to go to the doctors to get this. I wanted to try and figure out why my skin was acting up the way it was. I did an allergy test, didn't really come up with anything that I was particularly allergic to. I cut out sugar. My skin didn't get better. I've just proved to myself that I can cut out sugar, which was good, but it didn't really affect my skin. I tried drinking water. I tried all of those things, and honestly, nothing was helping. So I started to do some research, and I found Hiram on YouTube. Now, if you're struggling with your skin, I highly recommend just like binge watching a bunch of his videos because he's taught me a lot. He's taught me what sorts of things might be causing my acne and what I could do to help it. And through him, I've developed a very simple but very effective for me skincare routine that has completely cleared up my skin, and I am forever grateful. So I came off Zinerit, my skin went straight back to how it was. 2 months after I came off Zinerit, my skin was probably even worse than it was before. I remember at Christmas, just crying, just trying to put makeup on, and the makeup wasn't covering up. Do you know, when you have the bumps, makeup doesn't cover it. Actually, it was just making it look worse. And I know people might just think I'm ridiculous for acting this way about my skin. Oh, look, it's a shame that she cares so much about her skin, but I think it's pretty normal if you're looking in the mirror and you're hating what you're seeing to be upset about it. This whole process has been a massive learning curve for me, and I've realised you're beautiful with spots just as much as you're beautiful without. You're beautiful the way you are. And it's really been great for me to go through a period of really struggling to like what I see in the mirror, because I learned to be fine with it, but it doesn't make it any easier. And now having clear skin, I'm so grateful to have my skin back to a good condition where it feels healthy. So I come off Zinnerit, so many hormonal spots around my cheeks, so many bumps on my forehead that I just could not get rid of. My skin was red, it was sore, it was uncomfortable. I felt like every time I went out, I just felt like everybody was looking at my skin, which I know is not the case, but if you're in a similar situation and you're feeling that way, it's normal. But know that nobody is looking at your skin. Nobody cares if you've got some spots on your face. I finally figured out a skincare routine that I have stuck with for the past, probably for the past 8 months. And I know that there is one particular thing that has helped, especially the bumps on my forehead, because there was a period of time where I stopped using it and the bumps have started to come back. And then just over the past couple of days, I've reordered it and my bumps are going back down again. So I know it's this particular thing. So starting out with the basics, washing your face. Washing your face is important, but I have quite dry combination skin, and so I don't feel the need to wash it twice a day, like with a scrub and with face wash. So in the morning, usually, unless I feel like I really need it, I will just wash my face with water, and then in the evening I will do a face wash. So the face wash that I've been using and really liking, I don't think it's really that important, the face wash, but I really like this one. This is the Bioactive Skincare Organic Moroccan Argan Oil Creamy Face Wash. I got this in Holland and Barrett. You can get it online as well. It's just a nice face wash. There's not really that much to say about it. It smells nice. It's not too fragranced. It's really creamy, but it lathers up nicely as well, which I personally like a face wash that gets really soapy because it just feels like it's getting in there. So I start off by washing my face with that. Then, now this is the magic ingredient that probably a lot of you have heard about before, but I hadn't for quite some time. I hadn't heard of the brand. So it's The Ordinary. And you're probably like, oh, I know what she's gonna say. It's the niacinamide 10% and the zinc 1% ointment. This stuff is magical. I can't believe I found something that has helped my skin in such a massive way and is so inexpensive. I can't believe it. Once I started using this, it took a good solid 2 to 3 months for me to actually notice the difference. So I would say when you use this, just to really, really be patient with yourself and carry on using it even if you don't see any massive changes. As long as it's not hurting your skin or not irritating your skin in any way, I would say just carry on through and you'll start to see a difference after 2 to 3 months. So it's basically just an ointment. It comes in a little pipette. I learnt from Hiram, never put that on your face, put it on your fingers and then put your fingers on your face, otherwise you're just going to be getting a lot of bacteria onto the end of this and dipping it right back in there, which is not what you want. So I washed my face, let my face, I kind of leave my face a little bit wet, let it dry off a little bit, and then I put some of this on. I just put about, honestly not that much, probably about that much, if you can see, onto my fingers, and then I spread it across. I focus mainly on my problem areas, so it's my forehead and my cheeks, and then I just spread the rest all over everywhere. I let that dry, and then recently, I didn't always used to use this, but this is a new product from The Ordinary that I've got, and this is the hyaluronic acid, 2% B5, and this I put on after, and it's like an extra moisturizing layer, and it just feels really nice. I'm not sure if it's helping my skin because, to be honest, my skin's really good. I don't really feel like it needs any it's not like it's getting rid of the spots, because I know the other treatment is doing that. So this just feels nice. And it's just, I put that on probably once a day, just at night, so that when I'm sleeping, my skin is getting that extra bit of moisturizing. And then finally, I'll put on a face cream. So depending on whether it's the morning or the evening, I'll use 2 different face creams. So my day cream, I've been using this virgin olive oil Dr. Organic one. It's nice. Doesn't have much of a scent at all. I've also learnt that kind of the less fragrance your skin care can be, the better. Fragrance is really just an irritant. So you kind of want to keep it on some sort of level of not being particularly fragranced. And I bought this from Superdrug as well. This is the Be Restored Night Cream. This is what I've been using at night. I actually got the day cream version of this, but it was so scented, it like stung my skin going on it. So I was like, oof. I've still got it in my cupboard. I'm not sure what to do with it really. I might try and give it away to someone who's got a little bit less problematic skin. This one smells fine. It is fragrance, but it's not bad. And it's a nice thick cream, and I put that on last. I put a decent amount on at night, just so that my skin's properly getting moisturised, because one huge mistake that I was making was not moisturising my skin. I went through a phase of just not using moisturiser because I felt like my skin was so spotty and kind of oily in areas that I didn't want to make it worse, but that's the complete wrong way to go about it. Which leads me on to the things that you should be avoiding. So even if you have oily skin, even if you have spotty skin, even if you feel like you don't want to put anything greasy on your skin whatsoever, you still need to moisturise. You still need to moisturise because your skin needs that moisture. It needs it. And without you adding moisturiser, your skin's just going to create more of the bad oil that you don't want. So I realised another massive thing with making my skin better, another massive reason why my skin is so much better than it was, is because I started moisturising again daily. Without doubt, twice a day I moisturise my face. And I think that's made a huge difference. Another thing that you want to try to avoid, I cannot talk when it comes to this one because I am the absolute worst at picking my spots. I can't stand it. If there's a spot on my face, I'm going to pick it. If it's the last thing I do, I'm going to pick that spot, but you really, really, really have to just try and refrain from doing that. Especially because then you're way more likely to scar, and I've learnt that the hard way. Luckily, the niacinamide, I think, has really, really helped with my scarring massively. But still, please try not to pick your spots. Another thing I found has been really, really helpful is not overcomplicating things, not using a million different products with however many ingredients in each product. It's just too much. It's too much for your skin to handle. And when my skin was bad and I was feeling really, really self-conscious about it, I wanted to do anything to get it back to a good state. And so I was using so many products on it, like just layering up spot treatments, and like my entire face was just covered in treatments that claim that they will get rid of spots, and my spots weren't going. So that kind of says it all, doesn't it? My spots were getting worse, actually. So I just try to stick to a basic skincare routine that you're going to stick to for a solid couple of months until you can see any sort of difference, or if after that point you don't see any difference, then you can change things up. But I think just trying to stick to one sort of routine that has quality ingredients and quality products in it, that's going to really, really help your skin just kind of get to a level where it's not trying to fight off all these different ingredients and is not getting overwhelmed with all of this stuff that you're putting on your face. Another thing, this is another difficult one, especially because I'm in musical theatre, so I had to cake my face in makeup every night. And my skin, on my last musical theatre job before lockdown, my skin was so bad. It was so sore, and I would have to cake it with makeup, and it felt wrong. And I think lockdown has been really good for my skin, for the fact that I haven't worn any makeup on my face pretty much for a solid like 6 or 7 months, and it's done wonders for my skin. So I understand that it gives that sort of confidence boost wearing a bit of makeup, but if you feel like you can, or if you feel like you want to, or just challenge yourself, like if you wear makeup every day, for example, challenge yourself once a week to not wear makeup that day, or even to take off your makeup earlier one day and give your skin more of a rest from the makeup. I feel like you're going to find that helps with your skin. And the final thing, this one's really, really important. You're beautiful with spots or without. This makes me emotional saying this, but like I really, really want you to hear me. Spots do not define your beauty. Your skin does not, the way you look, full stop, really, doesn't define your beauty. And learning to not withhold all of your self-esteem in what you see in the mirror is a really big learning curve. And if you can do that, and if you can understand that you're bloody beautiful with those spots, and you work those spots, and you're beautiful without them as well, the sooner you can understand that, the sooner you're going to be less stressed, and stress is not good for your skin as well, and the sooner you're going to be a bit happier just being. And that is really all we're trying to do, isn't it? Just be happy being. So I hope that has helped. I hope you have found this video helpful. Please let me know if you've got any sort of questions down below. I'll link all of the videos that I previously mentioned down below, and I'll also do one final close-up of my skin right now, just to show you really close up how it's doing. Obviously my skin's not perfect. Obviously my skin wasn't the worst, like the least healthy skin in the entire world when I did have spots. I know people will be saying my skin was worse than yours, but I'm not comparing to anyone else. That's the thing. I'm just comparing to how I know my skin can be versus how it was. So it's all relative. Please don't be upset if I've said that my skin was bad and you feel like your skin is worse. It's not about that. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to kind of give you a little bit of positivity and know that your skin can always get better. It will get better. You just need to give it time and need to be persistent and need to get a solid skincare routine under control. Obviously there's 1,000,001 factors that can affect your skin, so if you're really struggling, I would advise to go to the doctors, go to the dermatologist, let them tell you what they think is up, and they can try and help you in a more professional way. But if you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll happily get back to you, and please subscribe if you haven't already. That would be really cool, and I'll speak to you later. Bye! So this is my skin right now. This is how it is. I've got nothing on my face. There are still some bumps on my forehead, if you can see, but you will have seen how bad they were, and the fact that I've just got my niacinamide back after about a month off. I think these will go down again. And then my cheeks, my scars are so much better. Still not gone completely, but a hell of a lot better. And generally I'm feeling a lot more positive and just a lot happier in my own skin.